Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly business meeting of the Public Service Commission of South Carolina. I apologize that we are a few minutes late in starting, but we're having some bandwidth issues, and our production team was trying to resolve that. I would ask that everyone please join me for a moment of silent reflection to begin the meeting. Thank you. We will begin with a roll call of commissioners. District 1,
Commissioner Williams is attending virtually.
District 3, Commissioner Caston, are you on the phone? We can't. District 3.
I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay.
District 4,
Irvin appearing virtually.
District 5,
Thomas appearing virtually.
our District 6 Chairman Williams is on military leave. District 7,
in a hearing room.
and I'm from District 2, and I'm present in the hearing room. Let's see, Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. The first order of business is to set the next meeting of the commission, and at this time, staff would recommend that the next meeting be set at the call of the chair.
That's fine. Thank you, Mr. Butler.
All right. Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. We do have an administrative agenda this week. Under this agenda, staff presents for commission consideration the time and dates of the commission's regularly scheduled commission business meetings for 2021.
Commissioners, is there a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you. I move that the commission hold its meetings at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays for 2021.
Motion is that the commission's meetings be held on Wednesdays at, say again, the time?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Commissioner Williams, how do you, any discussion, commissioners? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Powers.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, moving to the commission's utilities agenda for this week. Item number 1 is docket 2012-278G. Piedmont Natural Gas Company Incorporating is requesting withdrawal of one council and substituting another council.
Is there a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Williams.
thank you. I move that the commission grant the motion of Piedmont Natural Gas Incorporated to withdraw local counsel of record Scott M. Tyler, Esquire, and substitute T. Richmond McPherson III, Esquire, as counsel.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion or questions? We'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Powers.
Aye.
And I vote aye. Motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 2 on the utilities agenda consists of 2 dockets. Docket number 2019-185E and 2019-186E. These dockets have to do with the Duke Energy Carolinas LLC and Duke Energy Progress, and the 2 companies are requesting approval of confidential treatment of their 2020 avoided cost information filing.
Is there a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Williams.
I move that the commission grant the request of the Duke companies for confidential treatment of the 2020 avoided cost information. due to the commercial sensitivity and proprietary nature of the information. Such information falls under the exemptions provided by the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act, found in Section 30-4-40A of the South Carolina Code.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item 3 on the utilities agenda is docket number 2020-263. Staff presents for commission consideration the complaint and request for interim relief filed on behalf of Cherokee County Cogeneration Partners, LLC.
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Powers?
I'd like to make a motion on that, please. I would move that the commission carry this matter over so that we can have the opportunity to review the late filed exhibits of the parties. These exhibits came up during the oral argument held on December 10th, 2020. Duke Energy Carolinas and Duke Energy Progress filed the requested late filed exhibits on December 15th, 2020. And Cherokee County Cogeneration Partners has just filed its late filed exhibit this morning. I'd so move.
You've heard the motion. Any discussion? We'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 4 on the utilities agenda is docket number 2015-163E. Staff presents for commission consideration the settlement agreement and joint proposed order related to Duke Energy Progress LLC's revised cost recovery mechanism for demand-side management and energy efficiency programs.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice,
Commissioner Williams?
I move that the commission approve the settlement agreement signed by the parties in this docket.
Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? We'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 5 on the utilities agenda is docket number 2013-298E. And in this particular docket and item, staff presents for commission consideration the settlement agreement and joint proposed order related to Duke Energy Carolina LLC's revised cost recovery mechanism for demand-side management and energy efficiency programs.
Do I hear a motion?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. I move that the commission approve the settlement agreement signed by the parties in this docket.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to roll call. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 6 on the utilities agenda comes under docket number 2020-248E. Staff presents for commission consideration the joint request of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated and Lone Star Solar LLC to toll milestone payment deadline.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
on November the 30th of 2020, the parties filed a report on the status of their negotiations to establish a revised due date for milestone payment 2 for Lone Star Solar LLC to make to Dominion. Parties reported that negotiations have progressed in good faith since the filing of the original joint request to toll the deadline for Milestone Payment 2 under Lone Star's amended interconnection agreement dated April the 19th of 2019. The parties also advised the Commission that they are encouraged by the negotiations to date and look forward to further discussions later this first week of December in hopes of reaching a resolution that addresses the unique circumstances surrounding Lone Star's project. The parties also stated they look forward to updating the Commission on these matters no later than December the 14th of 2020. As of today, the Commission has not received any additional update from the parties. I move that the Commission direct the parties to provide an update no later than January the 7th of 2021. The tolling of Milestone Payment 2 is continued until otherwise ordered by the Commission. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, item number 7 on the utilities agenda consists of 2 dockets, docket number 2020-264E and 2020-265E. They are related to Duke Energy Carolina LLC and Duke Energy Progress LLC and have to do with the solar choice metering tariffs. At this point, staff presents for Commission consideration the proposed modified procedural schedule for these dockets.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
the parties in these dockets have agreed on a revised procedural schedule that would allow additional stakeholder decisions on the issues in these cases. The revised schedule would allow an approximate 1-month extension of the dates in the original schedule. Since these dates were agreed upon by the parties, and since they appear to be compatible with the Commission's hearing schedule, I would move that the present procedural dates be modified to the following dates, which would be applicable to both of these dockets. Pre-filing of ORS and Intervenor Direct, February the 8th of 2021. Pre-filing of Duke Rebuttal, February the 22nd of 2021. Pre-filing of ORS and Intervenor Rebuttal, March the 8th of 2021. Witness order due, March the 10th of 2021. Hearing, March the 17th of 2021. Briefs and proposed orders due, April the 16th of 2021. Final order due, May the 17th of 2021. Compliance tariffs due, May 31st of 2021. So moved.
Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Thomas's motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, item number 8 on the utilities agenda is in docket number 2019-326E. Staff presents for Commission consideration the procedural proposal by various interested parties for review of provisions of the South Carolina generator interconnection procedures not impacted by the Q reform proposal pending before the Commission.
Commissioners, do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas is recognized.
I move that the commission approve the procedural plan suggested by the interested parties for proceeding under Phase 2 of the two-phase approach approved by the commission in order number 2020-660, allowing interested persons and stakeholders to review the South Carolina generation and interconnection procedures not affected by the Duke Company's Q reform proposal under Phase 1. The interested parties anticipate stakeholder engagement to begin in the first quarter of 2021 and are optimistic that the stakeholder process will yield a consensus set of revisions by the end of the third quarter of 2021. I further move that the interested parties shall file a progress report every 60 days with the commission, with the date of the first stakeholder meeting being counted as day one, starting the timeline for progress reports. However, the first report must be provided to the commission no later than March 31st of 2021. The interested parties shall serve their progress report on any parties who are not included in the interested parties group. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
Commissioner Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. The motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 9 under the utilities agenda is under docket number 2020-229-E. Staff presents for commission consideration the petition to intervene out of time filed on behalf of the North Carolina Sustainable Energy Association.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Powers.
thank you. I would move that the commission grant the petition to intervene out of time submitted by the North Carolina Sustainable Energy Association. The North Carolina Sustainable Energy Association alleges that its intervention will not prejudice any party, as no party has filed testimony in this docket. It is also the association's position that no other party can serve its unique interests and that it will not delay the proceeding. First pre-filed testimony and exhibits deadline for the association would occur on January 15, 2021, and the association should be able to meet that deadline if it chooses to make a filing. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Powers. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we will proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Powers.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Commissioner Caston.
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin.
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas.
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 10 is an additional petition to intervene out of time in docket number 2020-229E. This petition to intervene out of time was filed on behalf of the South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, the Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and Upstate Forever.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Powers.
thank you. I move that the commission grant the petition to intervene out of time in this docket submitted by South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and Upstate Forever. These entities are interveners in the generic net metering docket underway, DN 29-182-E, and allege that they have a direct and substantial interest in this proceeding. South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and Upstate Forever missed the order setting the intervention deadline in this proceeding, as the proposed schedule did not originally have an intervention date. These organizations further allege that the intervention will not prejudice any party and that no other party can adequately represent their interests. This proceeding is at an early stage and no party has yet filed testimony in this docket. Additionally, South Carolina Coastal Conservation League, Southern Alliance for Clean Energy, and Upstate Forever allege that intervention will not delay this proceeding. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Powers. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 11 on the utilities agenda comes under docket number 2020-275S. Staff presents for commission consideration the Office of Regulatory Staff's response to a motion to allow service on a provisional basis.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Caston is recognized.
in response to the Commission's request in Commission Order 2020-792, the Office of Regulatory Staff responded by providing a status report and commenting on Condor Environmental Incorporated's motion to allow service on a conditional basis according to the terms of its application, hereinafter referred to as the motion. While several discrepancies between rates billed to customers and the Commission-approved rates for each of Condor's subdivisions are identified, ORS provided a status report on December 14, 2020, asserting that the ORS has not completed discovery and that its review of Condor's application number 3 is ongoing. I move that the Commission grant Condor's motion to provide service on a provisional basis to the current 8 homeowners in Carriage Hill subdivision who are already receiving sewer service from Condor. While it was not lawful for Condor to begin providing sewer service to Carriage Hills prior to Commission approval of the 2018 agreement, the customers in Carriage Hills cannot be penalized until a hearing is held to determine the issues in the docket, which include a determination of rates, but also whether or not Condor complied with the Commission's orders, rules, and regulations. It is also claimed that the Carriage Hills homeowners do not have any other option for sewer service than Condor. Condor will be allowed to receive compensation from the 8 homeowners that it currently serves in Carriage Hills at the provisional rates specified in the motion and until the Commission makes a final ruling and determination on the rates proposed in Condor's application. Additionally, I move that these provisional rates charged to these existing 8 Carriage Hills homeowner customers shall be subject to true-up only if the Commission approves permanent rates that are lower than the provisional rates and entitled to refunds or credits. I also move that Condor be permitted to provide sewer service to the additional homeowners in the Carriage Hills subdivision who have no other choice for sewer service, and that such sewer service shall be provided at the proposed provisional rates subject to true-up and entitled to refunds or credits if the permanent rates approved by the Commission are lower than the provisional rates. Additionally, I move that we deny Condor's motion to allow it to provide service on a provisional basis to the Palmetto Point subdivision. There are pending motions for intervention by American Land Holdings, LLC, Palmetto Point Development Company, LLC, and Palmetto Point Community Association, Incorporated, as well as a contested motion for intervention by Saluda County Water and Sewer Authority. I move that we appoint F. David Butler as the hearing officer in this docket and instruct Attorney Butler to schedule a procedural conference with the parties to develop a discovery and procedural docket schedule in this docket. I so move, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to roll call. Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas,
Aye.
Commissioner Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler.
Yes, Madam Vice Chair. Item number 12 is docket number 2019-209E. Staff presents for Commission consideration Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated's request for a matter to be decided without a formal hearing.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Caston,
Hearing Officer Directive number 2020-127-H held that the schedule formal virtual hearing in abeyance until the commission could rule upon the request of Dominion Energy South Carolina Incorporated for this docket to be decided without a formal hearing, but to decide the matter on paper, on the paper record. All parties of record, ORS, South Carolina Solar Business Alliance, Walmart Incorporated, and Johnson Development Associates, do not object to the request by Dominion to decide this case as a paper proceeding and without a formal hearing on the merits. I move that the Commission grant the request of Dominion and agreed to by all parties of record to decide the issues in this matter as a paper proceeding. All parties submitting or pre-filing testimony and exhibits shall provide to the Commission within 10 days the sworn verification from each witness. I so move, Madam Vice Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Caston. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, that does complete the Commission's utilities agenda for this week. Moving now to the Commission's transportation agenda, items numbers 1 through 7 and item number 9 may be taken together in the Commission's discretion, and those items are as follows. Item 1 is docket number 2020-278-T, the application of Games on the Go LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 2 is docket number 2020-277T, the application of McKnight Taxi LLC for Class C taxi certificate. Item number 3 is docket number 2020-280-T, application of Jacobs Transportation Services LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 4 is docket number 2020-281T, the application of Taxi United LLC, doing business as ADR Taxicab for a Class C taxi certificate. Item number 5 is the application of Angelic Transport Service LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate. Item number 6 is docket number 2020-285T, the application of V's Land Yacht LLC for a Class C charter certificate. Item number 7 is docket number 2020-286-T, the application of Red Carpet Limousine Service LLC. And item number 9 is docket number 2020-291-T, which is application of Upstate Medtrans LLC for a Class C non-emergency certificate.
Commissioners, you've heard the dockets. Is there a motion?
Madam Vice Chair, I have a motion.
Commissioner Williams?
I move that the Commission approve the applications in items 1 through 7 and item 9 as stated by Mr. Butler.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motions pass. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, moving back to item number 8, we have docket number 2020-162T. This is the application of Modern Day Movers LLC for a Class E household goods certificate.
Commissioners, do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner
I move
Williams?
that the Commission, thank you. I move that the Commission approve the application of Modern Day Movers LLC for a Class E household goods certificate of public convenience and necessity for operation of a motor vehicle carrier to transport household goods statewide. Modern Day Movers has demonstrated it is fit, willing, and able to provide the services described in the application and has met the public convenience and necessity requirements. I so move.
Thank you, Commissioner Williams. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, items 10 through 14 are requests to cancel. Staff would suggest taking items 10 and 11 and 14 together. Item 10 is docket number 2018-239-T, application of Apple Transportation, LLC. There's a request of Apple Transportation to cancel its Class C charter certificate number 9362. Item number 11 is 2016-244T. Staff presents for commission consideration the request of R&M Charlotte LLC, DBA Two Men in a Truck of Charlotte, to cancel their Class E household goods certificate number 9831. And item number 14 is docket number 2008-211T. Staff presents for commission consideration the request of Elliott Thomas Jr., DBA Thomas Tours and Travel, to cancel its Class C charter bus certificate number 0263.
Commissioners, you've heard Mr. Butler. Is there a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Irvin?
I move that the commission grant the request for cancellation in items 10, 11, and 14 as stated by Mr. Butler. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Irvin. Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we will conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item number 12 on the transportation agenda is docket number 2020-213-T. This is a petition of the Office of Regulatory Staff to revoke certain certificates for failure to maintain and file evidence of insurance.
Commissioners, do I have a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Irvin?
I move the commission grant the petition of the Office of Regulatory Staff to revoke the certificates of the carriers shown on revised Exhibit A as presented to the commission in this docket for their failure to maintain and file evidence of insurance. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll conduct a roll call vote. Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item number 13 on the transportation agenda is docket number 2020-214-T. This is the petition of the Office of Regulatory Staff to revoke certificates of certain motor carriers for non-payment of decal fees.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Irvin?
I move that the commission grant the petition of the Office of Regulatory Staff to revoke the certificates of the carriers shown on revised Exhibit A as presented to the commission in this docket for non-payment of their decal fees. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, a roll call vote is in order. Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item number 15 on the transportation agenda is in docket number 2020-249-T. Carolina Moving Solutions, LLC had filed an application to amend its tariff.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Irvin,
I move that this item be carried over at this time. So moved.
Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Irvin's motion. Any discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item number 16 on the transportation agenda is docket number 2018-216T. This is a request by ART Transportation LLC for a 90-day extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
I move that the commission grant the request of ART Transportation LLC for a 90-day extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Thomas's motion. Any discussion? A roll call vote is in order. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Yes, Madam Vice Chair, item number 17 is under docket number 2020-200-T. Staff presents for commission consideration the request of Jacobs Infinity Luxury Transport LLC for an extension of time until March 1st, 2021 to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
I move that the commission grant the request of Jacobs Infinity Luxury Transport LLC for an extension of time until March the 1st of 2021 to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, you've heard Commissioner Thomas's motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item number 18 is docket number 2020-184T. Staff presents for commission consideration Patricia Schamberger, DBA Harmony Transit's request for a 90-day extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
I move that the commission grant the request of Patricia Schamberger, DBA Harmony Transit for a 90-day extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you. Commissioners, you've heard the motion of Commissioner Thomas. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Commissioner Caston?
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin?
Aye.
And I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, item 19 is docket number 2020-223-T. Staff is presenting for commission consideration Roadrunner Transport Service LLC's request for a 6 months extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations.
Do I hear a motion?
Madam Vice Chair,
Commissioner Thomas?
I move that the commission grant the request of Roadrunner Transport Services, LLC, for a 6-month extension of time to comply with commission rules and regulations. So moved.
Thank you, Commissioner Thomas. Commissioners, you've heard the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll proceed to a roll call vote. Commissioner Thomas?
Aye.
Commissioner Powers,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Commissioner Caston,
Aye.
Commissioner Irvin,
Aye.
and I vote aye. The motion passes. Mr. Butler?
Madam Vice Chair, that completes the commission's transportation agenda and indeed completes all of the agendas before the commission today.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Thank you all for attending. The next meeting is the next business meeting like this is at the call of the chair. However, I believe we have a special meeting tomorrow morning, this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you all. This meeting is adjourned.